my favorite part. Oh my God. How many seconds?
Oh, 6, 6.
Good morning, Unity Church of the Hills. So good to be with you. My name is Marcy Baruch. I'm so honored to be with you and your incredible minister, Reverend David Howard. And I'm so overjoyed to be here with my friend David Ault this morning and this incredible band. This is a song called The Strength of Love. Love. Can I get an amen in the house? Oh, right on. I feel that creative force of the cosmos coming through. I am born from the strength of love. All that I am today, all that I bring today, I know it's enough. Oh, I am born from the strength of love. Is a prayer, may we be lifted up. Oh, I am breathing the strength of love. Oh, 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 oh. Of love, oh, we are blessing the strength of love, and we all bring it forth today, sending it on its way out to the hills and the stars above all. We are blessing the strength of love. Oh, 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 oh. We are blessing the strength. We are blessing the strength. You and I, every one of us now, blessing blessing the strength, bearing the strength. You and I, every one of us, and now we are blessing the strength. Oh, blessing the strength of love. Thank you so much. So good to be with you.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity Church of the Hills. If I haven't met you yet, I'm David Howard, and I have the privilege of serving as the senior minister here. If you're first time here, please know that whoever you are, wherever you are on your journey, your spiritual journey, your life journey, you are welcome here, and we hope you find a warm and loving welcome and environment here. If you're watching us online today, we want to extend a very special welcome to you as well. And if you're watching the recording of this at some other time, also welcome. Thank you for sharing your love and time and energy with us. So I want to just introduce quickly, not quickly, I don't want to do anything too quickly, let's take a breath, right? This beautiful spirit that you just heard, there she is, down there, is Marcy Baruch. And yes, thank you. And Marcy and I go way back to Denver when I first met Marcy there when I was serving as the minister at Unity Spiritual Center, Denver. And the first time I heard Marcy, it was like this wave of love, this wave of energy that just came over me. And I felt it again today as I was sitting there listening. Thank you, Marcy, for that. So just a little introduction from Marcy. And I found this in someone else's writing about Marcy, but I totally agree with it. If the stars could sing a love song about the truth of who we are, you might hear it echoed through the music of Marcy Baruch. Her light of perception invites us to listen, to the deeper currents, to embrace what lies at the core of our being, and to open at the edges of awe and wonder to all that is good and true and beautiful through the evolutionary power and preciousness of our lives. Thank you for that. Marcy has released a couple of CDs, The Strength of Love, Marcy's song, This Inner Space, which you're going to hear a little bit later, received an Empower Music and Arts Award for the Best Healing Song of the Year a while back. And her music is now available, I found out, on all streaming platforms. So if you go to any of the streaming platforms and type in Marcy Baruch, you can listen to her music. You'll often find her co-leading kirtans, singing in spiritual centers around the country, working as a studio vocalist, teaching voice, and joining forces with other musicians and speakers in collaborative efforts, which she did yesterday at our beautiful retreat. She is thrilled to be offering music in this beloved community. So welcome, Marcy. Thank you for being here. And we also have, in addition to our wonderful band who is with us on Sundays, we have two guest musicians. Jason Caraga is here with us this morning on guitar. And I really don't want to mispronounce your name, so please help me with that. Jewel Camarga? Welcome. Thank you for being with us today. And he will be speaking a little bit later, and you'll be hearing much more from and about Reverend Dr. David Ault. But those of you who were here yesterday at the retreat got to experience David in his energy, his love, his wisdom that comes through him. And those of you who weren't there get to experience that today. And later this afternoon at 1, you'll be offered opportunity to view a documentary film that has been created about his life's work with the Kaleidoscope Child Foundation. I hope you'll be able to attend that. But I want to tell you a little bit more about David. Again, I have known David for several years as well. Met him way back in and we we've sort of been connected around several times during that period. But Dr. David is a visionary leader in human potential movement with over 30 years experience. He started when he was 10, promoting mindfulness and social justice. He's an award-winning author, church leadership coach, and global education advocate. He embodies his motto that people would rather see a lesson than hear one. He is the founder of Kaleidoscope Child Foundation, a nonprofit empowering vulnerable children worldwide with sustainable education. Again, you'll hear more about that in the documentary. Life skills and fresh water, serving more than 1,000 children annually across Cambodia, India, Guatemala, Africa, and the United States. David is the author of the bestseller Where Regret Cannot Find Me and the multi-award-winning The Grass is Greener Right Here. He is an ordained minister in Centers for Spiritual Living. I know he has pioneered a church in Mobile, Alabama, and he also served at the Spiritual Living Center in Atlanta for several years. I don't know if you did any other churches or not, but those are the two I know about. So he is also an accomplished musician, a songwriter, and a singer. And guess what? His music is also available now on all streaming services. So if you'd like to hear more about David and his music, please go there. And you'll hear more from David. But please welcome David, Reverend Dr. David Ault, as our guest minister today. And today we do have a special honoring of one of our own, Reverend Katie Wiedenhofer. Come on up, Katie. Katie is a recent graduate of Unity Worldwide Institute's ministerial program. She is an ordained Unity minister now. And Katie has been serving in this community for quite a while now. I know you served quite a lot with the youth and family ministry. You probably did a lot more other things that I don't even know about. So we appreciate you. And Katie will be moving to North Texas. And so we will be not having the joy and the energy of her presence here with us. So we wanted to honor her today, especially. And so I want to invite ministers, licensed teachers, anyone who considers yourself a licensed or ordained minister to come up. And David, you can join us as well. And I want us to really bless Katie on her journey and her new commitment as a licensed and ordained minister. So let's just all put a hand on Katie as we share this blessing with her. So we gather in gratitude for the life that has been moving in and through Katie Wiedenhofer, calling her to one of the most sacred thresholds a human being can stand beside. Katie, may you carry into every room you enter an awareness of the one presence that is always there, preceding you, surrounding the one that you are serving, and holding all that words cannot reach. May you be unafraid of silence, for you will often minister most deeply, not by what you say, but by your willingness to simply be, a calm and loving witness to the holy work of life. May your hands offer comfort, your eyes offer dignity, and your heart offer the wordless assurance that no one passes through this threshold alone. May you be a companion and a tender presence for all you serve. And in the moments when the weight of this ministry is heavy, may you remember that the life moving through you is the same life that gently receives each beloved soul you serve. You are not alone in this work. You have never been alone. We honor the courage of your calling, we trust the depth of your compassion, and we send you forth in love. And so it is. And now let's all stand, if you're willing and able, to bless Katie with our unity blessing. Katie, we love you, we bless you, we welcome you, and we behold the Christ you are. Blessings, Katie. Would you like to say something?
No, I think you've done a great job.
Okay, we have a little gift for you, too.
I was so excited.
Have a little remembrance. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot about that. I apologize. Reverend Cynthia recorded a blessing for you. Can we go back and play that? I'm sorry. I totally forgot about that.
Katie, congratulations. I was so excited when David reached out to me and asked me to share a few words with you. And as I thought about what I was going to say, I thought back to your first talk at UCOH. And you reached out to me and wanted some support, and you sent me a script, and I was so desirous of providing you with good feedback, stuff that would be meaningful and useful. And a few months ago, I came to understand that I kind of overwhelmed you with that. So I guess I was a little too eager. But what I know is that when we sat down and worked on that talk, you took every piece of feedback and applied it so beautifully. And you gave a message that was so heartfelt and touching. And heartfelt and touching is the way I've seen you navigate this entire time. Through deep personal challenges and the changes that have occurred at Unity, you have done so with deep grace and a desire to learn through the experience. And you have achieved so much in these few years. I doubt that I'll ever be able to get you to stop calling me Reverend Cynthia, but now I can return the favor. Reverend Katie, you are a joy and a delight. I know that you will bless those you serve and that you will love them deeply. And I am honored to have walked these few years with you and to walk forward into the future as a colleague. God bless you and congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Feel the love. Thank you, God, sweet Spirit, source of all, for the love that fills this spiritual home, that flows from you to each and every one of us, and then from each and every one of us to each and every one of the others in this sanctuary, who has ever been in this sanctuary, who is yet to be in this sanctuary. Thank you that you allow us to receive, to feel, to share the love that is sublime, supreme, unconditional. Thank you that we allow that to flow from Unity Church of the Hills to the world at large, to the people of Venezuela as they survive and recoup the earthquakes, as it goes to the rest of the world where there is not only hardship but hostility. We see and know and feel and affirm your presence as peace and love. We thank you, God. We thank you, God. We thank you, God, for all that is that we are part of that comes to us from you. And so it is. Amen.
It's now time for our congregation song, so we ask that everyone stand and let's sing How Can I Serve? How can I serve today, sweet Spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak to me in the words I'll understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet Spirit? Who needs my love today, oh Lord? Speak to me in the words I'll understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. I am so thankful today, sweet Spirit. I am so thankful today, oh Lord. Speak to me in words I'll understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. We know that there is one God, one power. We know we all are one with God. Speak to us in words we'll understand. Where you lead us, we will follow. Where you lead us, we will go. Where you lead us, we will follow. Where you lead us, we will go.
He moves furniture, too. My name is Reverend Dr. David Ault, and it's an honor to give you the inspirational reading for today. Just a little bit of context. More than 40 years ago, when I was willing to enter back into a spiritual path, the first little thing that was handed to me was a book called Creative Mind and Success by a man named Ernest Holmes. And this was one of the things that first landed and entered into my heart, and it still speaks to me today, not in the same way 40 years ago, but in a very appropriate way, and it's my intention that it speaks to you also. Let us never think of ourselves as being alone or neglected. Always know that there is something which knows and cares. Always combine faith in the higher power with all that you do. Feel that you are being especially looked after. This is true. When a soul turns to the universe with implicit confidence, there is a response. It may not always come in the way expected, but it will come in the way needed. We should learn to trust this invisible presence and believe that it is guiding all of our affairs. Never think that you are left to struggle alone. The infinite mind is always within you. It is forever seeking to express through you a larger life, a greater activity, a more abundant good. Trust it. Act with confidence. Believe in the certainty of the outcome. Then go about your work with calm assurance, knowing that this power which created all things is also operating through you and cannot fail. Believe yourself to be especially looked after.
This inner space has the power to set me free. It's the cavern of creation and the truth of you and me. This inner space, an eternity in time. It's the moment of the holy now and the allness that is mine. This inner space contains all that I need. From deep within the invisible flows the living air we breathe. This inner space is flowing in my bones. It stirs my heart, it stirs my mind, and every prayer I've ever known. So I say, breathe, just breathe. Now breathe. This peace, this inner space is the ocean of your soul. And when you feel most broken, it is also true you're whole. This inner space connects us one to all, and though it will never push you, it will break down every wall, every wall. So I say, breathe, just breathe. Now breathe.
How fortunate am I to get to share a Sunday with you and also with Marcy, and to be able to collaborate in a way that is inviting all of us, because we're all doing this together, to continue to remain open and receptive, to know that there is never a finish line in this spiritual journey. I could not understand that long ago. You know, I grew up several hours from here in a town called Beaumont, Texas. I was a child of First Assemblies of God, hallelujah. And I knew nothing more than that world. My world was a world of poverty and all of the stereotypical struggles that are a part of the narrative of so many people that inhabit this planet. And in my siloed way of trying to figure out what to do, all I could think of was, how do I get out of here? And you will see it perhaps a little bit in the movie today, which I'm just still in awe that this ever came to be. I hope that you will join me at 1 o'clock to see it. But there's a little bit of the navigation of how that, what we call here in New Thought, maybe you've heard it, divine discontent. Divine discontent is that thing that I often think of like Old Faithful, like a geyser, or one of those old radiators on a car. It's like it's just building up. And the divine discontent in Beaumont, Texas, and all of that environment kept building and building and building until it was just, I got to get out of here. And, you know, when we pack our bags and run away from something, energetically, it's still with us. But there's something about being 19, 20 and the hubris of all of that that establishes and says, I don't want to have anything to ever do with church or God ever again. And you feel really proud of yourself, right? And you go upon this quest to explore your dreams, and then suddenly, you know, somehow the divine discontent leads us in this circular path, and it's just very wild to stand before you today, to be in Texas today, and to know that there's a reason for all of this happening. It reminds me of this incredible analogy about the mama bird or the eagle. And she has given birth to these eaglets. And what she has done to prepare for all of this, which is the sort of instinctual inner propulsion of her internal wisdom, is to go about preparing a really comfortable nest. So you can see the meticulousness, right, of all of the limbs and all of the moss and all of the leaves and all the other things that go in providing this very comfortable and cushy atmosphere where the eaglets begin to experience the beginnings of their life. And she feeds them, and they're squawking, and they want more, and they're just so happy and warm in this environment that she has created. And then, in that internal wisdom, which we still don't know how it operates, the instinct, the propulsion that is existent in you and in all living things, knows when it's time to start removing some of the moss. When it knows it's time to begin to remove all of the cushy padding and to make that nest a little more prickly. You know, and sometimes to the outside observer, we want to call social services on her and report her for cruelty. But what actually is happening right there is one of the most refined examples, beautiful examples of inner wisdom that exist, is she's beginning to make it so uncomfortable that the divine discontent that is in me and is in the baby eaglet is forced to do what? To go and to stand on the edge. And then the audacity of her to probably nudge them a little bit. And it's like, you got to learn. You got to learn that there's something outside of this nurturing identity or this manufactured safety that we think is where, if we just get there, this is where we will exist. And I got to tell you that the evolution, the inner propulsion that is within you and I, will do things in order to push us to the edge of the nest. And it's amazing how much energy you and I use in order to resist that. But what she does is, in her persistent timing, as she continues to nudge them, some days they just stand on the lip of the nest and then go back to what's familiar. And then eventually there is that moment where they gloriously fly. And I think that allegory, that analogy, that metaphor is universal. It applies to every single one of you that I am seating here. And I am right where you are, where there are still moments or siloed pieces of my life that want to remain in this nest of belief that dictates, okay, this is safe. Okay, I'm good here. This is familiar. I'm just going to hang out here. Where the totality of our being, in conjunction with the divine discontent, in conjunction with the inner propulsion, is constantly, deep calls unto deep, as they say. The deep part of you that is meant to spread those wings. I know it's a tired analogy, but it works. To spread that thing, that expansion inside of us. Someone back in the 70s, his name was Thaddeus Golan, and he wrote this wild book called The Lazy Man's Guide to Enlightenment. And the main thing in this little pamphlet was, you can evaluate life in this way: what's restrictive or what is expansive. And if you use that as your monitor and you always turn to the thing that is expansive, evolution will happen. Enlightenment will always greet you. And the beautiful part about that, the paradox of that, is don't confuse restriction, comfort as expansion. So sometimes we will mistake that and we will think, well, this feels expansive because I'm familiar with that. No, expansion invites you and I to put one foot in front of the other into the land of uncertainty, to climb the metaphoric staircase into the mist, only to discover that one step at a time is what's revealed to us what is next. We can call that good old-fashioned faith. But I love that. It doesn't have to be complicated. The simplicity of the barometer, is this restrictive or is this expansive? And if you and I are skilled enough to sit in the silence, you and I will inevitably know. And isn't it beautiful to know that every time we lean into that which is expansive, we will experience the natural evolution of finding yet another version of spreading our wings into a vista that is yet to be explored. I am in awe of the fact that I have zero comprehension of what the infinite means, infinite. But I delight in the fact that in this finite form, I can sit and explore that for the remainder of the time that I have on earth. And that in my exploration, to the degree, I love that phrase, to the degree of my willingness, that I am sitting in the contemplation of what is infinite with regards to this identity or vessel known as David, I will be shown, I will be matched at the willingness to spread my wings and to go into that uncertainty. That, my friend, is a life of expansion. And I believe that that is not reserved for the people that you and I read about. It is a universal spiritual textbook that waits for you and I to pick it up and says, I want you to feel that you are being especially looked after. And I want you to know that it morphs and changes. At the time, so you will see this in the movie, but my spiritual mama was Louise Hay. And I traveled with Louise Hay. I don't know if you know who Louise Hay is, but she was one of the pinnacle forefronts of this philosophical New Thought ideology. She herself had become a Science of Mind minister and practitioner, and she went on to become the founder and the face of what is called Hay House Publishing, which is the largest spiritual publishing house in the world. But back in the 80s in Los Angeles, when she was doing her historic hayride, I was a part of a trio. And she came to us and she said, I want music to go with our message. And this trio was called Alliance. Maybe you've heard the song, I Love Myself the Way I Am. We are the ones that sang that on the road with Louise, and I wish I had $1 for every time we sang that, because it was just the anthem of that time. And it's striking to me that anywhere I go in the world and I mention this, I called her Mama Lulu. I don't think she would be offended if you wanted to call her Mama Lulu. She would have been 100 years old this October. But what she said to me as a form of this nurturing was she would listen to me complain about my upbringing in Beaumont, Texas. She would listen to me complain about the fact that in my career as an actor that I was always wishing that my circumstances had been different. And I was using the past and using my circumstances to define the now moment as to why certain things weren't working. And you will see again in the movie that she gives me grace up until a point. But one of the things she repeatedly said to me was, David, you must learn to honor the entirety of your journey. You must learn to honor the entirety of your journey. Back then, in one ear, out the other. And all this time now, what I realized is that she was giving me a mantra for my life that would continue to circle back and go, are you ready to really hear this? Are you ready to really hear this at the level by which it's pulling you? And so as I began to look at those examples and to see all of that and to notice all of that, I am aware about and more respectful of this thing. I like the phrase inner propulsion. What does that mean? There is an inner propulsion inside of the acorn that knows exactly what needs to transpire in order for it to metamorphosize itself into an oak. It does not need a life coach. It does not need a series of workshops. It is inherent. Look at that word, inherent, inside this little thing that to the naked eye feels insignificant. But when you really contemplate the scope and the magnitude of that inner propulsion and the miracle that exists in that, it's pretty phenomenal. The same inner propulsion, the same energy exists inside a bud. It knows exactly when it's time to blossom. It knows the duration of its blossom, and it knows when to let go. The same inner propulsion exists in the embryo that knows how to develop into the form of a child. The same inner propulsion exists within all of us that knew to wobble and to stand and to keep trying to do that. The same inner propulsion that is phrased, referenced by so many different things is constantly running and vying for our attention. And when our finite nature, let's apply percentage, when the finite nature of resisting that inner propulsion, the expansion that's calling you and I, let's say it drops down to 49%, and the 51% is open to receive and allowing, then that much more comes in order to guide us to say, there is something, there is a divine discontent, there is an inner propulsion that is not reserved for some magnificent sage or talented person that you and I have compared ourselves to for our entire life. It is true for all because there is no other. There is only one activity, and that same activity is existent in you, whether this is your first time to ever hear something like this or not. You don't have to earn it. All we have to do is cease resisting it and to lean into it. It doesn't have to be traumatic. It doesn't have to be anything other than the fact that there is a still point. There is an ability inside of us to allow that thing to occur. And so in my life, I recognized that when I left Beaumont, I left with, I thought I was escaping. You know how you try to run from the thing, but wherever you go, you can finish the phrase, There you are. So wherever you go, there you are. The there that is with us is all of the energy and the bundle and the cluster of our belief system. We talked yesterday in our retreat about the fact that that's sort of a filter. So let's say if I've run away, but I take with me the whole part and parcel of the cluster of my thought, those thoughts have created these sort of filters. The filters, even though there's 8 billion people in the world, there's not 8 billion filters. There's maybe, let's say, 5. There's 5 filters. We all share them. One, not being good enough. Not being lovable, but being unworthy. There are these filters that most of the time we're not even conscious of the fact that they are in existence. But I laugh sometimes because part of the tangent I used to see as one of my filters was, well, if I want something done right, I'm going to have to do it myself. Because there's a sense of control about wanting things to remain in a way that is comfortable for the way in which the pictures in my mind think that it should be. There's no truth to it. But as long as the filter is activated and unchallenged, this is the crazy part. The most incredibly skilled people will be right here saying, how can I help? And we will not be able to process or see it. Because the filter, it will go through and we will begin to see, and this is the beautiful thing about spirituality, is we start to recognize you and I are always right. We are right by our filter. Brene Brown even said one time, if you and I have a position, and that position is, it's locked in, there's a deep groove there, and we're not going to budge, we can go out into the world and we can find an entire tribe of people who will be in agreement with our position. But I don't think that that's expansion. I think expansion is, what is the edge of the nest that you need to stand on today? And what is the thing that perhaps needs to lean just a little bit more percentage in the allowing that just says, okay, go? Because what if there's no right or wrong decision? What if it's just a decision? The hesitancy of not wanting to screw up because the filter says, well, I'm incapable of that because you see what happened last time, has no validity other than the fact that we keep holding that particular filter in place. Because the fact of something that I did in my 20s, now I'm 67, it's like that's not even in the room right now. But the filter is. So what if the filter begins to dissolve? What if the filter is the thing we bring with us to the edge of the nest and we go, okay, come on, let's let this go. Because I tell you, oh man, I want you to know that you are so, I'm going to use this word intentionally, magnificent. Because I believe that you chose to come into a finite form to accept the greatest gift that I believe that exists. And that gift is the gift of paradox. That you had enough solidity of understanding your divinity that you said, yeah, I'll come do this. I'll come to this thing called earth that is nothing but duality. The us and them, the right and wrong, the good and bad, the just and the unjust, the equal and the unequal. And you will see this vast othering that will exist within this plane of existence that we call earth, in human form, in our finite nature, and you and I will forget our infinite nature. But you've accepted this gift of paradox, and if you can say yes to the gift of the paradox, meaning two things can be true at the same time. My finite nature and all of the stuff, I'm in church, I have to watch my language, all of the stuff that has happened in my finite nature is real. And yet, is it possible that it's relatively real. So I don't discount it. I don't sweep it away. I don't go about my business seeking and searching and doing all the things that I can to nurture the nest of my relative reality. But at the same time, this is the paradox, at the same time, can I begin to equally cherish, recognize, and value the fact that what I also am is the absolute. And the absolute doesn't have a body, doesn't have limitation. It is what you've been told or taught to call God, but even that is a label that still cannot attempt to define the unnameable. Buddhism is my favorite because they call it pure essence. Ram Dass called it pure awareness. He used to say, I am loving awareness. Everybody is pure essence. Watch my words because they're going to sound cliched, but I want you to hear them with a fresh intent. Pure potentiality. Moment now, not dependent upon the judgments or the grudge calendar or any of the other things that you and I, the scorecard keeping. It has no relevancy whatsoever to the now moment if you turn to it and you said, hey, absolute pure presence, hi. All of a sudden, it's not down here anymore, and the relative reality is leading the way. All of a sudden, we bring it up. And what a spiritual path is to me is understanding I'm not trying to get rid of this. I'm not trying to judge myself or anybody else's relative reality path because that's a part of the game or the curriculum of coming and being a human and being finite. But you came also with this gift that said, oh, but if you dare to stand and fly from the nest that you were taught by your family, by your culture, by your religion, the dogma, the indoctrination of the tribe and the people and the locale and all of the things around you that told you that this was the way it was, if you dare to question that and to go, is this all there is? Remember Peggy Lee's song? It was a spiritual song. Sing that next week, Peggy Lee. Is this all there is? Because it's not. And whether you hear it from me or whether you hear it from Reverend David or whether you hear it on a podcast or a book or anything that you pick up, whenever you are ready to go, oh my God, I'm not my finite nature. Yes, it is a vessel and I'm going to respect it. I'm going to feed it. I'm going to nurture it. I'm going to do all the things that I know to do. But I'm not going to continue to let it drive the bus with regards to what my work is in the world, my dharma. So when Louise said, David, you must honor the entirety of your journey, she was saying, don't discount this relative thing. Don't discount growing up in the Assemblies of God church. Don't discount all the things that you tried to hide around your gender and your sexual preference and your mistakes and all of the things that you tried to run from. Don't hide all of that. That's grist for the mill that got you to the point where you were willing to surrender the suffering and the pain and the allegiance of that long enough, are you hearing me? For it to go, there's got to be something else. Because I could have medicated and kept running and kept packing my bags and looking for yet another agreeable tribe to nurture me and keep me in the nest of my smallness. But for the grace of God, did I continue to listen to the divine discontent that says there's got to be more. And so the phrase that Ernest Holmes said, I want you to consider the fact that you are being especially looked after, worked at one level when I needed to be in the nest. And that same teaching, always think that you are being especially looked after, is the same teaching that is kicking you. It is the same thing of this person that for all this time we have created to be an enemy. We have looked upon them as the label of the most egregious perpetrators of our grief. We have looked at them as our own Goliaths. And all of a sudden in this journey, and I'm here to share with you that this is true, that you begin to see those people not just in the one-dimensional, linear definition of someone I'm trying to get away from or can't forgive. And I'm not dismissing what happened because it was real, relatively real, but on an entirely different, infinite plane of existence. They actually were portals for my expansion, if I'm willing. Did you follow that? If I'm willing, what they say sometimes in the Hindu culture, everyone is the guru. Everyone is the teacher. And the more that becomes less of an absurdity and more of something that is like an invitation to expand, then you and I can move freely in the world, show up anywhere without having our past be shackles upon our ankles that tell us we are unsafe, we don't belong, because there's no place in this bright, beautiful, magnificent globe of potentiality where you do not belong. And have you noticed that to the degree that you begin to shift, your social circles begin to shift? Don't be alarmed by that. The things that once attracted you, you're not necessarily attracted to anymore. That's a part of the evolution. The ways that we've always done it, suddenly we can see the stringent nature of that. And we go into this daily being pushed out of the nest and saying, what would you have me do today? Lean towards the expansion. And no matter what it looks like, consider the words of Ernest Holmes, that you are undeniably being especially looked after. Will you close your eyes with me today? Will you take some deep breaths? I know you've been asked to take deep breaths so often in your life. But maybe you might want to try experimenting and letting that breath this morning be done in a way that's got a little bit more intention to it. In a way that has invited a little bit more of this now moment. I always think that the now moment holds a gift. And it's a gift that you've been seeking. It's a clarity. You could call it an answer to prayer. It's a feeling. Sometimes it's an idea that feels a little terrifying, and yet if you really sit with it, it is just illuminating with expansion. All of that exists in this now moment. And so I want you to breathe. I want you to begin to feel and notice things within your finite, beautiful vessel called a body that perhaps you've neglected. Like noticing the sensation of the air simply as it enters in through your nose. Just notice that, just for 5 seconds. Notice the sensation as your feet rest on the floor. Think about the marvel of something that supports you, that allows you to go in all different directions. Think about not just the carpet or the floor of this church, but then in the earth below, and then what's below that, and what's below that, and you start to get a grasp of the infinite mechanics of the framework that is surrounding us, up and down and in and out, but especially inside the mind. All of it now is focused directly on you. So let's take this collective opportunity. What is your question? What is the thing that you are seeking? What's perhaps the thing you're most afraid of? Just offer it right now to the immeasurable magnitude of that which knows the divine wisdom. Just offer it now. And then listen. We celebrate that wisdom now. We celebrate that gift. There is no right or wrong to it. In fact, it will probably keep trying to give you that gift, not just today, but hour after hour. Allow yourself to keep listening. And as we move from this collective, beautiful space today, may you know that that connection travels with you. Taking a deep collective breath together, we bring our awareness back to the room and we say, and so it is.
Thank you, David. Let's take a big breath together. And we move into our time of gratitude. Let's express our gratitude to Reverend David for his words. And one thing, before we go any further, I was remiss earlier in not introducing someone else who's here as our guest. Jairam is Reverend David's husband and a beautiful soul. Beautiful spirit, and he will be out at the table I'll tell you more about that later. Anyway, here at Unity Church of the Hills, we collect our offering as you leave. If you're doing a paper, any checks or cash, there are baskets there at the back as you leave. We invite you to place your offering there. There are also QR codes on the pew backs in front of you. If you scan those, it will take you to different platforms in which you can donate. Those of you who are watching online, you'll see there on your screen other ways to give. We do appreciate all the ways that you support this ministry through your financial gifts. Thank you so much for that. And as we move into our time of offering, I'm going to invite you just to place your right hand over your heart and feel that energy of love. Feel that energy radiating through you as you. And as you prepare to give your gift, whether that's electronic or paper, I invite you to hold your hand out in that giving gesture. And allow the energy of love to move down your arm into that gift as we say our offertory blessing together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I circulate, and I am grateful.
My question is, how are you being propelled? What does that feel like? And let us celebrate whatever that is with each other as we do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, yes, you will. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take. Bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is here in every gift we give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. All the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. We will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when we're here having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and feel this now. Smile. Amazing, sing with me. Amazing, I will do amazing things. Believe it, feel it. Amazing, amazing. I will do amazing things. We will do amazing can we not? 'Cause the infinite life is living through every facet of our being.
I love you. Thank you so much.
I can't not hug this man.
I love you.
Love you.
Thank you. So I'm supposed to be giving you some announcements. I was just so touched by that. Yes. Thank you. So I introduced Jérôme earlier. He's going to be out at a table right outside. He will be signing you up if you'd like to have some one-to-one time with Reverend David. Tomorrow he'll be here. Just if you'd like to experience more of his wisdom, his energy, his guidance. He doesn't like to say he's a teacher, but he's a guide. And so, I think you might really enjoy having that experience. They're limited times, so first come, first serve. Also, please be here at 1. You can have a little food and stick around. You may have a little time to get some food somewhere else, but please come back at 1 to watch the documentary. The director of the documentary is here with us today, and he will be here to share and answer questions after the film as well. So thank you for being here today, Michael. We are beginning today a school supply drive in the foyer. There's a table to the left there as you walk out the door. Please go by and take a list of the things that we're going to be collecting for the food drive. That's part of our Beyond the Arch team effort for this month. Also next week, we've missed a couple of months, but dialogue with David, not that David, will be happening next week after service. And we just meet for about an hour and have conversation and dialogue about whatever might be on your heart. Also on July 14th, I'm beginning a Zoom prayer call. If you'd like to be a part of that, you can register online at unityhills.org. Just no cost involved. There's really just you register because you can get the link to the call. So if you'd like to be a part of that time, please register for that. Also on July 18th, I'm just going to do a short metaphysical Bible interpretation workshop. Those of you who might be interested in more about how Unity looks at the Bible and the Bible interpretation that we do metaphysically, I would like to share that with you. Now, I want to, there's a trailer for the film that's going to be shown.
Tapestry of love. And at the center of that tapestry are those children.
These children are amazing to me. They're sponges. They want to learn as much as they can.
Our NGO gives life skills, it gives English, it gives computer opportunities at a level that the generations before them didn't have.
David created not just a school for kids to help them with their individual selves, but it also helped the whole entire community.
It is transformative to see how you can affect change.
And what's really wild is between India and Cambodia, from illiteracy to the capability that poured from these kids' minds, how does someone learn that fast?
He got into the Ivy League engineering school of India by studying here.
Yes.
Woo!
There's going to be one moment that changes you at your core. And that was that moment for me.
I just kept saying, I'm available, I'm available,
In the midst of the challenges, in the midst of the uncertainty, David is following his bliss. It empowers him to persist.
But boy, it's true. The most powerful mantra you could ever say is, I'm available. And then look out. Your whole world will change.
All right. So I know you want to be here at 1 o'clock to see the entire film. We do have prayer chaplains who serve every Sunday. There will be one in the sanctuary today after service. There will be one in the chapel. If you're new to us and you need directions to the chapel, please ask one of our greeters to give you directions. If you'd like to fill out a prayer card, there's a table to your left. Please fill out a card, place it in the box, and know that it's prayed for here for 30 days, and then sit on to Silent Unity where it's prayed for again for 30 days. Those of you who are watching online know that you can call Silent Unity 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So now we want to say goodbye to our online guests. Thank you again for joining us today. We love you, we bless you, and we behold the Christ you are. And now let's welcome our children. God is light, I am that light. God is love, I am that love. God is the one power and one presence. I am that power and presence. As light, love, power, and presence, I live in unity with all creation and cultivate a world that works for all, and so it is.